Hello everyone, I'm Mark Plaster, Senior Executive Editor of Emergency Physicians Monthly, and I'm here at ACEP 2019 in Denver, Colorado, and we always like to have new and feature new services and products, and I saw Ring Rescue, and I thought, I knew what these guys were about. They take rings off, and I said, I'll bet you they can't get a ring off my hand. It's been on, that wedding ring's been on for 44 years. So I give you a challenge. Tell us a little bit about the apparatus, invention if we will, and then we'll see if in my case whether I defeat Ring Rescue or not.
All right, good stuff. Well, thanks for the challenge. So I'm Kevin Spencer. I'm an ED doc from Canada, also co-inventor of the device here at the team. And we just launched this product recently. Getting a lot of really good exposure here at ACEP. A lot of rings are coming off today. The way it works is like a little mini blood pressure cuff. It goes over top of the finger, pumped up with air, squeezes the finger, makes the finger smaller. Take the device off 5 minutes later, the finger's slimmer, you get the ring off. So let's give it a try.
Okay, and if it comes off, Rebecca, I'm putting it back on. I promise I'm not going to go out onto town tonight with no wedding band, okay? Here we go. Give it a try.
So the first thing that we want to do with the ring is we want to actually assess the bone to make sure that the bone is not big. So if you have like an arthritic joint, it'll still have to be cut, although our device will still shrink the size of the finger to aid in that cutting process. So what we're going to do with your ring is we're going to push it back to create some space so that we can maximize the pressure over the actual knuckle itself. So we slide this over the finger, make sure that that pressure is over the knuckle. We inflate our gauge, so we want to make sure that we inflate our gauge all the way around back into our blue zone, which is 300 millimeters of mercury. Now what we're going to ask you to do is we're going to elevate your arm. And we can just get you to hold that in your hand. We're going to keep your arm up. So we're going to elevate your arm for approximately 5 minutes. And we're going to time that. And what that's actually doing is the elevation and the pressure over that actual finger is going to reduce the size of the finger, displacing that fluid, shrinking the size of the finger to allow that ring to come off intact. So the only time that we don't want to use this is if there's a crush injury or a fracture to the finger. We don't want to cause further pain or injury to the patient. But if you actually have somebody, like I said, with the arthritic joint, we want to actually decrease that size, which will make the cutting easier. You can still use our device. Anybody that has a fluid retention issue, pregnancy, traveling. I was in New Orleans last week. People were coming down to sea level, eating the yummy food there, and all of a sudden they were ballooning up. They're coming in, you know, after spending a night on Bourbon Street, all puffed up, right? And we were taking the rings off the whole time at the show for them. So this aids in that. You know, you think about destruction of sentimental value, financial value to these products, the damage that the string technique does to tissues, the point load forces on the skin. You cut the ring, you have the sharp edges, you cut the patient, the increased trauma and discomfort there as well. This is all that you're going to feel. Do you have any discomfort with that right now? No. So you'll notice the discoloration of the fingertip. It's completely normal and safe. It's just a tourniquet effect from the pressure that we're doing. It's only 300 millimeters of mercury, and it's only for 5 minutes. Anytime that we do any repairs to fingers or lacerations, plastic surgery, the tourniquet's at a much greater force, and it's a longer period of time.
Yeah, that's spread out.
Yeah, absolutely. So other things that we want to actually focus on is how edematous the finger is. If it's really swollen, we want to keep an eye on our gauge. And if you actually notice, the gauge for you has actually gone down a little bit.
Yeah, I actually felt it.
Yeah, absolutely. And what happens is, think of it as an IV bag. If you put a pressure bag on an IV solution and you pump it up, as the fluid runs out of the bag, the actual pressure will dissipate in that bag. So we actually have to pump it back up again. So what's happening right now is your fluid is being dissipated.